Good morning, everybody. I'm Kevin Mendes. Welcome to your Wednesday episode of Sun Up on 7. Renata is overwhelmed. Nevertheless, she'll be here shortly. We have an exciting episode prepared for you today because the Belize Dance Movement joins us with talking about their activity that they have planned this weekend, and they have a live performance today. So that's quite a treat. Also, we're joined in our Wellness Wednesday theme talking about the HPV vaccine and testing. So we have that and many more prepared for you today. So stay tuned. Thank you once more for joining us today, and I'll see you on the couch.
I've come to find
Out to everybody on Sun Up.
isn't what we were told. So where do I seek the answer that's worth looking for today?
In the season, everyone, and he's here to talk to us about Sun Up on 7, the show that we're on right now. So, Jules, tell me, this is one of your favorites.
And we're going to be talking about the hot search that has been happening over
The
the weekend.
writing appears on the wall.
Discovered.
You and I were the first ones to see. The world that we see may seem that it'll never change. They say, but if you tear down the walls that's blinding us all, you'll see.
Muy buenos dias, my dear Sun Up on 7 family. Welcome to your Hump Day episode. It is Wednesday, December 14th. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Let's have a look at the weather, courtesy of the Belize Met Service.
Good morning, Belize. An east to southeasterly airflow continues to support generally fair weather. The 24-hour forecast for Belize and her coastal waters calls for sunny skies today with a few cloudy spells. And high temperatures today are expected to reach 86 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast to 90 inland and 80 up in the mountains. Tonight, skies will be partly cloudy to clear with low temperatures of 76 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast to 68 inland and 65 in the higher elevations. Showers will be isolated. The winds will blow from the east to southeast at 10 to 20 knots, and the sea state will be choppy. A low tide occurred at 8:48 this morning, followed by a high at 2:54 in the afternoon. Another low occurs at 8:04 tonight and a high at 2:01 tomorrow morning. The sun will rise at 6:14 this morning and set at 5:20 p.m. The moon set at 11:09 this morning and comes up at 10:56 tonight. The outlook for Thursday through to Thursday night is for fair weather to prevail, with the chance of an inland afternoon thunderstorm developing. In the sargassum forecast, little to no impacts from sargassum mats is expected over the next 2 weeks. And that's your morning forecast that was prepared here at the National Meteorological Service.
There you go, folks. That's your weather update. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we're back, we're going to be joining by dear Renata for our couch talk. Stay tuned for that.
Stop, love. Don't paint that wall. I have a better idea. Let us wallpaper it. It is cleaner, easier, and so beautiful and looks very artistic when it is all done, and takes less time to do up a wall than to use that smelly paint. And guess what? It is romantic.
What you mean romantic? What is romantic about putting up a wallpaper, honey? Tell me more.
Well, you see, we will go to Mikado and see the range of wallpaper. Then we will choose the design together. We will come home and start putting up the wallpaper. And we will be together and be beside each other. We can put wallpaper in all the rooms. And who knows? They even have wallpaper for the baby room too.
Well, I like the sound of that, so what are we waiting for? Let's go to Mercado like no.
Come in, honey.
You can also see our selection of wallpaper on our Facebook page. Like us and follow us on Facebook. Mercado, centrally located in the heart of Belize City at number 37 Albert Street.
¿Sabías que Hospital Galenia modificó los protocolos de seguridad y prevención de salud ante la pandemia de COVID-19 para evitar contagios?
Se garantiza que todo paciente que llega a quirófano está libre de COVID y durante su periodo de recuperación no va a tener contacto con un paciente infectado.
Hospital Galenia, más que un hospital.
Channel 7's Christmas Bram is here. It's all happening from Sunday, December 11th to Thursday, December 15th.
And we want you to come up on all the giveaways. So how do you do that?
Come to our office on Albert Street to buy your 25-cent ticket. You can buy as many as you want for more and more chances at a prize.
That ticket gets your name in the barrel and gives you a chance to win cash prizes, jewelry, electronic appliances, and much, much more.
Then, join us in person on Thursday, December 15th for the Brams Grand Finale at our new location, Signature Restaurant and Pub. Your $10 entrance gets you a golden ticket to win even bigger prizes.
So that's 5 nights of non-stop entertainment, non-stop giveaways, and non-stop fun.
Stop, love. Don't paint that wall. I have a better idea. Let us wallpaper it. It is cleaner, easier, and so beautiful and looks very artistic when it is all done. And takes less time to do up a wall than to use that smelly paint. And guess what? It is romantic.
What you mean romantic? What is romantic about putting up a wallpaper, honey? Tell me more.
Well, you see, we will go to Mikado and see the range of wallpaper. Then we will choose the design together. We will come home and start putting up the wallpaper. And we will be together and be beside each other. We can put wallpaper in all the rooms. And who knows? They even have wallpaper for the baby room too.
Well, I like the sound of that. So what are we waiting for? Let's go to Mercado like no.
Come in, honey.
You can also see our selection of wallpaper on our Facebook page. Like us and follow us on Facebook. Mercado, centrally located in the heart of Belize City at number 37 Albert Street.
¿Sabías que Hospital Galenia modificó los protocolos de seguridad y prevención de salud ante la pandemia de COVID-19 para evitar contagios?
Se garantiza que todo paciente que llega a quirófano está libre de COVID y durante su periodo de recuperación no va a tener contacto con un paciente infectado.
Hospital Galenia, más que un hospital.
Channel 7's Christmas Bram is here. It's all happening from Sunday, December 11th to Thursday, December 15th.
And we want you to come up on all the giveaways. So how do you do that?
Come to our office on Albert Street to buy your 25-cent ticket. You can buy as many as you want for more and more chances at a prize.
That ticket gets your name in the barrel and gives you a chance to win cash prizes, jewelry, electronic appliances, and much, much more.
Then, join us in person on Thursday, December 15th for the Brams Grand Finale at our new location, Signature Restaurant and Pub. Your $10 entrance gets you a golden ticket to win even bigger prizes.
So that's 5 nights of non-stop entertainment, non-stop giveaways, and non-stop fun.
Good morning, Sun Up on 7 family. Thank you so much for joining me and Renata now on this Wednesday episode of Sun Up on 7. Ren, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining me. I was like, I don't want to do this couch talk by myself.
Thank you for doing my shoes, guys. Kevin is the champ of the lifetime, right? So I come in rushing and everything. Kevin grabbed my shoes and they helped me with that. Ronnie with the mic. It's like, I love Missing Up on 7 family. They are there to support you in like the craziest of moments. So like, thank you too as well.
Of
please.
course, Ren, anytime. But I was like, I don't know how the prince did this to Cinderella because...
yes, women is strong.
I'm like, how did the prince manage? Thank God I don't have to deal with that.
You see, heels
But yeah,
are not for
thank
everyone.
you for the warm-up, Ren. How are you?
I am better now after I settled a little bit because, man, I'm sure people know that feeling or that you've known that experience the first.
Yes. That's why I'm like, is Renata gonna be rushing on a motorbike too with her wind in the hair like I did?
Big up to Shane because he came to the rescue. Big up to Chantel's husband. He is a champ too as well. It was so funny. Like he's like, oh, you know, do you want to ride? Like he know he's supposed to come forget me. Like, you want to ride? He's sweet me.
Thank you for your kindness and
I
helping
know
Renata
because
out.
the rescue is really big. They're really big. The reliability sometimes of our taxi guys. You know, people are human and sometimes things just happen offset and everything. But we're here.
We're here.
And we got couch talk together.
We got couch talk together. Yes, thank you. So are you ready to start?
I'm ready. I am
Awesome.
ready.
Awesome. So let's start by talking about what the Ministry of Health has reported, which is an increase in the number of COVID cases.
Yes.
So what the Ministry of Health and Wellness has shared is that they have noticed that there has been a spike in the number of COVID cases as of the first week in December, and they're saying it could be a complication of many viruses that are in the area. Nevertheless, of course, COVID cases have also been confirmed. One of the things that I picked up from the interview with Dr. Melissa Diaz is the fact that Colby had an outbreak of COVID cases. However, she reported that the cases have been contained at Colby. Nevertheless, I'm thinking, you know, the amount of people that go to Colby to visit their relatives, and then they come out and then they expose other people. So it's something that I have to like put out there. If you have been to Colby Foundation and you know some folks have COVID, please isolate yourself. If you're experiencing any flu-like symptoms, wear your face mask and go and get tested because COVID is here. It's
still
real.
here. And I got no way. And I think, you know, it's people forget that reality.
Right.
And she did mention too as well that in the couple months it has been relatively low. I think we had a really about 2% when it comes to our positivity rate and an increase, but then it went up because of the COVID. And that's how we had our spread for the most part. Remember, like you have one population that, you know, receives this thing and then it just go like a wildfire. So it's very good to be mindful that there's still vaccinations out there. They have a lot. They have the AstraZeneca and they have the Pfizer available. You can go and get your booster shots too as well if you already have your vaccine. If you haven't gotten it at all, they have that too as well. So you can get 2 doses of AstraZeneca. I think they're 4 weeks apart if I'm not mistaken. And then the Pfizer as well. Whatever, you have choices, guys. And of course, it is the flu season. People, they get cold, they weather to change, they get stuffy and stuff. What I will want to remind you, and I appreciate Victor and Cher and all those people that when they have a slightly sniffles or anything, they put on their mask automatically. And I respect that because that is what we're supposed to be doing. Just because, oh, COVID in your mind is not as prevalent as it was before, doesn't mean that we're not supposed to be keeping people around us safe. Any little sniffles, put on one mask, man. If you're in the office or say the wrong people, go out. I like how the banks, for the most part, some of them still allow you to put on your mask. I know there are a couple that are more lenient, but put on it, especially if you're in AC, guys. Ooh, that air isn't flowing the way it's supposed to be flowing. And, you know, we don't want to have a COVID Christmas again.
Right,
So.
no, that's true. And despite the fact that the positivity rate has increased from 2.2% to 9.9%, Dr. Diaz said that they're not going to be putting any restrictions in regards to movement or mandates to wear face masks. But as you rightly mentioned, let's do the right thing. Let's be kind to ourselves, let's be kind to our persons that we're going to be surrounded by. Using a face mask, practice hygiene, because hygiene really goes a long way in preventing the transmission of respiratory infections. So, so keep a close look at how the COVID cases evolve, but by all means, we have the power within ourselves to contain this pandemic.
Well, we can protect ourselves. Guys, please wash your hand. Like, seriously wash your hand. Not 1, 2, 3, like, soap and go, move. If you have nails like myself or so, wash underneath the nails. Take that time. Make sure the water pours properly. Women out there that have all day long acrylics and so, please wash your hand because that's where the germs can travel. You have to make sure it's clean underneath. Get every single thing because honestly, you have to put your hand around people too as well. And you know what? Even if you don't have COVID, it's still germs. So let's be very, very mindful to stay clean when we're doing whatever we're doing.
Yeah. So we move on to our next item, and this is kind of like a celebration win for civil society, holding the government accountable. In the sense that the Belize Peace Movement, they have won their court case, if we can say, against the government of Belize, where, as we know, the current administration and, of course, the past administration, they were working towards the redistricting as in regards to the electoral divisions. However, as how the Belize Peace Movement posed it, is that they have been dragging their feet on this matter because it's political currency for them, right? So they don't want to go and redistrict these places because by the current way and how it is, they can ensure their win. Nevertheless, they're saying we need to ensure that redistricting happens where there's an equal division of the population to ensure that the amount of voters out there are representative. So a big win for them. They have won this case. So two things that have to come out from moving forward with the redistricting is that the government has to prepare and submit a report to the claimants by next year, July, and also that the Attorney General Ministry, they have to prepare a draft bill with the recommendations coming forward from the Elections and Boundaries Department. So again, we have the involvement of civil society, ensuring transparency, ensuring accountability of the government as regards to redistricting. Nevertheless, on the press conference that the Belize Peace Movement held yesterday, they're calling out the public as well to ensure that the government is doing what they're supposed to be doing as regards to redistricting. So clearly they're saying everybody has a role to ensure that the government is held accountable and that transparency happens. So I love to hear that.
Because the thing is, we've been talking about this. I know many people in my circles have been talking about the redistricting. It's important because, like you mentioned, there's some areas that have so low representation, but yet you're supposed to just expect the person to run for you and what? You know how you don't really have a say in it. Like Belize City, we always talk about why is there so many different areas in Belize City? Then you look at Cayo, which is a wide spread of population, and we have what? How much in the Cayo? So four. And so you're looking at Belize City that every kind of book. This next one, you see somebody here. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. And when you look at like Orange Walk and all these places, they're huge. Why are we not having more people in there? But the city, I get that we have a larger population here in the city for the most part. And I do also get that, you know, there's the jobs and all these things. But at the same time, there are a lot of jobs happening in Cayo. There's a lot of jobs happening in Orange Walk. We have to be mindful of representation because it's not supportive of the democratic process. Yes. So I'm very, very happy that we got to this point. And I love that, you know, we need to, as public, we need to, as media personnel, we need to out there to make sure we hold the government accountable and not just let anything slide. Because even with that redistricting, people could play crazy and do it in their favor too as well. Because you know how people try to pull Wally fast one panyo. But just like how to like rail up for everything, when I rail up put the days where the holidays, how they have the holiday name wrong, or you rail up about this and that, the Tara, let's make sure we make ruckus and noise to support this process in the right way. So use our voices, guys. Speak to the right people, or at least even if, I always say, I know people talk about Facebook, this or that, but if enough people are talking on Facebook, if enough people are pushing and saying, this needs to be different, I do know that politicians, the government, all of them hear you. Yeah. And they can make changes. So use your voice collectively and let's push forward in a more democratic and fair manner.
So I'm talking about another civil society win or another public win. I mean, we joined Barbados in celebrating that the High Court strikes down their indecency and buggery law. So it's a really big win as regards to human rights in the fact that these two laws, they criminalized same-sex consensual relationships among men, but they also, these two laws, or these two, they criminalize also women. Right? Because, I mean, under the buggery law, it criminalizes anal sex. So we know anal sex is not just a thing about heterosexual men, but, you know, people have their kinks. Nevertheless, it's a big win because it allows for LGBT persons in the Barbados to feel more comfortable to navigate this space. It helps to reduce the stigma and discrimination towards this population. And for UNAIDS, for instance, that's the leading agency as regards to fighting HIV, which is the Caribbean has a second prevalence rate of HIV globally. It allows for persons to feel more comfortable with accessing services. So they no longer will feel that they're navigating a space where they're illegal when accessing care. So it's a really, really huge win. I want to commend my folks at Equal Barbados and ECAID for doing this movement, for fighting really hard at this. And of course, so Barbados joins 3 other countries that this year removed their discrimination laws against LGBT persons. So earlier this year, we had Antigua and Barbuda, and we also had St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So we're seeing how the Caribbean movement is going. Currently, there's still 6 Caribbean countries that criminalize same-sex relationships. So we're seeing that the movement is going. What I think this is also economically, it's a really, really, really big win, because according to United Nations Global Travel Organizations, LGBT tourism really is a lucrative and a very, very big industry. According to them, like having these laws that discriminate the population, they cost the Caribbean about $5 billion annually. So if these laws are changed, then more people feel comfortable coming to the Caribbean to spend their money, right? So we can see how this doesn't only affect the individual at the level where they feel comfortable. It also has an impact in healthcare, but it also has an impact in tourism, which is the Caribbean's largest income earner. So huge win for everybody. So we joined Barbados in this celebration.
I mean, it's slow wins that allow us to get to a more inclusive space where people can be safe in wherever realm they want to be. I think what's important to as well to understand is that us as a people in the Caribbean, we have to say that we're one Caribbean. And we have to look at everybody in the same light and just allow them to be who they want to be. And whatever happened in your bedroom, that's your business there. And that's one thing I've always pushed when it comes to understanding. Like, if you don't believe in something, that's totally fine. But it's also doing that every person has their right to their lifestyle, to what they want to do, and we shouldn't be imposing ourselves on other people. You could not like something all you want, you could whatever it is, but respect somebody's space. Because when you're sharing your belief, you would want respect as well. So it's really important that, you know, even if you're not supportive of lifestyles or so forth, you're respectful of a lifestyle and irrespective of human beings being who they want to be, because I'm sure you want to be who you want to be. You want your children to be who they want to be. And so that's why it's very important that, you know, laws like this are diminished, because it doesn't make sense to push and it doesn't support us, you know, being free in a space to decide, have free will.
Yeah, so huge win.
Huge win, guys, huge win.
Who also got a huge win?
These burglars, these 4 burglars, man, they live their life to the fullest. So it's very much reported. I'm sure I saw so much people sharing this story, because I guess it kind of made you guys feel like a money heist kind of finish when you were watching Netflix. I think it was really much planned. I wonder if the professor helped with this or something like that. But if you have not heard the story, you've been living under a rock. Apparently, Belize Bank in Corozal,
Escuela Mexico.
Yes, thank you, darling. Escuela Mexico was robbed, and they stole over $100K, right? So it was not just $100K. I just they put that as a cap to let you know the degree, but I remember they said over $100K. And what was super interesting about it, it's not just about how much money they stole. It's the manner it took place. Because it was real discreet kind of thing where they dismantled, I think, the alarm system first. They took down the door, they removed that, and they went in. They brought their equipment and every single thing.
Cameras.
They pulled up both of the police officers. Even a poor little farmer went us to try to pass the himself. He get whole up top on the whole spot. They left nothing unturned. And Courtney asked an excellent question, and I loved it. She's like, do you think, you know, the people that did this or so in the investigation, that they knew of the system, they knew about ATMs, or they knew about the bank or something like that? Because the way this was executed so perfectly, you had to have some kind of inside information. You had to know something, studied something, been a part of something to be able to do what they did. Because, like I said, guys, there's not much trace that you can find. When you dismantle every single thing, little piece after piece, you can't see faces or so, and you're getting that much money. Also to think, Kev, too, you have to know when they have refilled the ATM. Because that amount of money, that not just did on any day. That fresh. That's a lot of money. So you have to know the routes too as well. You have to know more or less when these gentlemen maybe are moving a little less and they're more vulnerable to be held up. You have to know all these things. So this is a real serious study and a plan to me. And that's why I think it's super exciting because I didn't think about Money Heist.
Exactly. I think the folks, they really paid attention to Money Heist and they picked up some skills. I mean, that's one thing with all of these like movies and series that are coming up.
They give ideas.
They give ideas.
They really do give ideas, but this one, I mean, I know they commend the crime.
no.
I mean, I know they support the crime, but like,
No.
I just really did think, wow, like you really did your homework, and so the police, the police department have their work cut out for them because, guys, from the slide doors, they get dismantled the proper way. Everything they happen, and so I'm glad. What I can say too as well, positive about the situation is no one was hurt.
Yes.
That is great. You know, if people were held up, it wasn't like, you know, anyone lost their life. And that's a good thing for me. I always think that is a win-win. There's lives that have been saved and are safe. So thank you to the Lee farmer having Lee self together.
Yeah.
And imagine how afraid you afraid. Like you just mind your own business, but for plant your crops or check on something or whatever.
Yeah.
You take your early morning stroll or your evening, whatever it is, and this happens. Imagine the craziness. But we'll see what goes down from there. I do know sometimes, if I'm not mistaken, that the money that when they're counting from the central bank and so forth, that they have
a serial number.
They have a
right? So
serial
I'm thinking
number.
They can monitor
So
what serial number
if
was
that
there.
Belize Bank, Escuela Mexico, is supposed to have specific serial numbers, they're gonna have to be contacting the stores, the nearby stores around there, so they'll more or less know if somebody's spending that money based on the different series, the serial numbers.
Picked up from Money Heist,
So,
too, right?
yes, but my mommy worked at the bank too as well. So she used to tell me, like, when you count it out and everything, like, there's specific serial numbers and so they know exactly that. And that's also how they could tell if the money is real or fake too as well. So all that is in there, guys. So, I mean, if they really do the investigation properly and they see and they check who's spending the money, kind of 100K.
$100,000. Wow. Mm, that's
What
a
could I
good-
do with 100,000K?
A lot of things. A lot of things. Folk, so with that, yeah.
Vic said how that he just wants, you know, to make sure that people have that realistic experience.
Yeah, please do.
So we have a clip for you.
No, that's what I'm thinking. You know, like how can you go through an ATM? Like I saw a video where they were trying to open the box with the money, and they had to go through so much electric tools and equipment to being able to dismantle it. So I'm like, they really
They had it together. I feel like,
For
hello,
sure.
they seriously had it together.
Yes.
And this is what we're left with now.
Yeah.
This is pretty crazy. But okay, before we end off the couch talk, I do want to make a birthday shout out.
Sure, go
It's
ahead.
my grandmother's birthday. Granny Pearl, happy blessed birthday. I am praying that, you know, you are blessed with a new chapter filled with new promises, with health, with prosperity, with favor, with love, that, you know, you continue to bless people with every single thing that you do and also continue to be blessed by others around you. You know, it's no light thing to, I think it's 83 she is, 83 or 82, someone at it. And I mean, that is a blessing
It is,
to be able
it
to
is,
get
it
to
is,
that age. Now, a lot of people can't say that they, you know much people that are at that age sometimes too as well. And so I'm very much privileged to have my grandma still alive, you know, kicking it, doing her thing. So happy blessed birthday, Granny Pearl. I love you.
Happy birthday. All the best. Enjoy your day. As you rightly mentioned, you know, it's a win for everybody. Like, she's able to live to see a new year, and you have your grandmother with you, which
Right?
is quite a blessing.
And she love her watch Sun Up too.
We love it. Folks, so with that, we come to the end of our couch talk. Rennie, it was so good. Thank you. I love that you.
You
were
never
able to
wanted
join
it.
me.
I used to try and understand how you might do the couch talk by yourself.
I
like-
was mentally
So you might do like
prepared.
two? Would you like sit there and
I
then
would-
come
I
to
would
this?
move, yeah,
I
I
just
would
like
be
wanted
jumping
to know.
into
It's like a thing where it's like, you know, in today's news, blah blah blah, etc. I'd be like, wow, that's very interesting. But you know something else? And you know, would you have talked to yourself?
Yeah. I do that sometimes. You know,
I
so
do that too. You know,
I
they
have
say how
practice.
that is nothing wrong with talking to yourself. I said the
have
problem come when you answer back. So I
Well,
probably don't have a
I do
problem.
that too, so.
Because I answer back too as
Yeah.
well. Oh, I wanted to ask him, like,
Yes.
did you watch last night's Christmas Brahmansa?
I
The
did.
segment specifically with me and Chef Sean and Chef Wheelan?
I did.
What are your takes on the salad?
You know, whenever you were talking about the hygiene and washing your nails, I was like,
I wash my nails very, like on a serious note, like I don't play when it comes to washing my hand.
Yeah.
I just want to throw that out there.
So, folks, with that, we come to the end of our couch talk. We have a beautiful sunrise to share with you. This comes courtesy of Brandon from Bakabush. This is, wow, Brandon, look at you doing your Kamara Sutra. We love it. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we're back, we're going to be talking about Mission Joy, which is going to be screening on December 16th and the 28th.
Right.
Stay tuned for that conversation.
Stop, love. Don't paint that wall. I have a better idea. Let us wallpaper it. It is cleaner, easier, and so beautiful and looks very artistic when it is all done. And takes less time to do up a wall than to use that smelly paint. And guess what? It is romantic.
What you mean romantic? What is romantic about putting up a wallpaper, honey? Tell me more.
Well, you see, we will go to Mikado and see the range of wallpaper. Then we will choose the design together. We will come home and start putting up the wallpaper. And we will be together and be beside each other. We can put wallpaper in all the rooms. And who knows? They even have wallpaper for the baby room too.
Well, I like the sound of that. So what are we waiting for? Let's go to Mercado like now.
Come in, honey.
You can also see our selection of wallpaper on our Facebook page. Like us and follow us on Facebook. Mercado, centrally located in the heart of Belize City at number 37 Albert Street.
¿Sabías que Hospital Galenia modificó los protocolos de seguridad y prevención de salud ante la pandemia de COVID-19 para evitar contagios?
Se garantiza que todo paciente que llega a quirófano está libre de COVID y durante su periodo de recuperación no va a tener contacto con un paciente infectado.
Hospital Galenia, más que un hospital.
Channel 7's Christmas Bram is here. It's all happening from Sunday, December 11th to Thursday, December 15th.
And we want you to come up on all the giveaways. So how do you do that?
Come to our office on Albert Street to buy your 25-cent ticket. You can buy as many as you want for more and more chances at a prize.
That ticket gets your name in the barrel and gives you a chance to win cash prizes, jewelry, electronic appliances, and much, much more.
Then, join us in person on Thursday, December 15th for the Bram's grand finale at our new location, Signature Restaurant and Pub. Your $10 entrance gets you a golden ticket to win even bigger prizes.
So that's 5 nights of non-stop entertainment, non-stop giveaways, and non-stop fun.
Stop, love. Don't paint that wall. I have a better idea. Let us wallpaper it. It is cleaner, easier, and so beautiful and looks very artistic when it is all done. And takes less time to do up a wall than to use that smelly paint. And guess what? It is romantic.
What you mean romantic? What is romantic about putting up a wallpaper, honey? Tell me more.
Well, you see, we will go to Mikado and see the range of wallpaper. Then we will choose the design together. We will come home and start putting up the wallpaper. And we will be together and be beside each other. We can put wallpaper in all the rooms. And who knows? They even have wallpaper for the baby room too.
Well, I like the sound of that. So what are we waiting for? Let's go to Mercado like now.
Come in, honey.
You can also see our selection of wallpaper on our Facebook page. Like us and follow us on Facebook. Mercado, centrally located in the heart of Belize City at number 37 Albert Street.
¿Sabías que Hospital Galenia modificó los protocolos de seguridad y prevención de salud ante la pandemia de COVID-19 para evitar contagios?
Se garantiza que todo paciente que llega a quirófano está libre de COVID y durante su periodo de recuperación no va a tener contacto con un paciente infectado.
Hospital Galenia, más que un hospital.
Channel 7's Christmas Bram is here. It's all happening from Sunday, December 11th to Thursday, December 15th.
and we want you to come up on all the giveaways. So how do you do that?
Come to our office on Albert Street to buy your 25-cent ticket. You can buy as many as you want for more and more chances at a prize.
That ticket gets your name in the barrel and gives you a chance to win cash prizes, jewelry, electronic appliances, and much, much more.
Then, join us in person on Thursday, December 15th for the Brams Grand Finale at our new location, Signature Restaurant and Pub. Your $10 entrance gets you a golden ticket to win even bigger prizes.
So that's 5 nights of non-stop entertainment, non-stop giveaways, and non-stop fun.
Stop, love. Don't paint that wall. I have a better idea. Let us wallpaper it. It is cleaner, easier, and so beautiful and looks very artistic when it is all done. And takes less time to do up a wall than to use that smelly paint. And guess what? It is romantic.
What you mean romantic? What is romantic about putting up a wallpaper, honey? Tell me more.
Well, you see, we will go to Mikado and see the range of wallpaper. Then we will choose the design together. We will come home and start putting up the wallpaper. And we will be together and be beside each other. We can put wallpaper in all the rooms. And who knows? They even have wallpaper for the baby room too.
Well, I like the sound of that, so what are we waiting for? Let's go to Mercado like now.
Come in, honey.
You can also see our selection of wallpaper on our Facebook page. Like us and follow us on Facebook. Mercado, centrally located in the heart of Belize City at number 37 Albert Street.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sun Up on 7. It's time for our first conversation. We're talking about joy, wellness, and self-care. What an inviting conversation and topics that we're going to be talking about. So let me introduce our guests. We have Dr. Carol Bob. Dr. Carol Bob, good morning. It's good to have you here. You already claimed your spot.
I already claimed my
How are you feeling today?
Because I'm with people and we are all promoting joy and happiness. So
Could you pass on the mic, Dr. Bob?
So I want to say I'm blessed and highly favored.
Blessed and highly favored.
Blessed and highly favored.
Remember, it's all about joy and happiness.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah,
We also have Ms. Jean Ajay Katus. Did I say it right?
Yeah, Jean Agay.
Agay.
Agay. That's okay.
How are you feeling today?
Muy fantástico.
Muy fantastic.
Yeah, I always wake up feeling great.
I love it. I love it. That's a great way to start your morning. Yeah?
Yes, it is. It's very important to realize that, we're born this way. We're happy. We're joyful. No matter what's happening, look for that joy and that happiness within.
I love it. Wow. Okay, so see, this conversation is just warming up because it's going to be so good. Also, we have Tifara and Dazi Pantone. Tifara, good morning. How are you feeling today?
I'm doing well. Happy to be back here with you guys.
With the cute earrings. I see you, boo.
Yes.
Thank you.
And also Michelle Williams. Michelle, good morning. It's such a joy to have you here as well.
Good morning.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling wonderful. I'm so blessed to be around such uplifting people. It's a nice way to start my day.
Awesome.
I love it.
Thank you. And this is going to be a perfect group to talk about what we said. Joy, happiness, well-being, self-care. So let's get started, Ren.
Yes, Miss Jean. It's so great to have you back.
It's so great to be back sitting
We had
here.
such a very, I remember our last conversation. Me and Brandon were here, and it was just, we were left in a good state of reminding ourselves of how much we can't give our joy to somebody else.
Exactly.
And on that same note, and I remember Dr. Bob actually reminded me about that too as well. Tell us why you think it's so important to have a free screening that involves us talking about joy, because what is the importance in that?
Yeah. For me, with loving is key. We believe that we were created. This is an innate quality of ours. Happiness, peacefulness, loving, being accepting. We believe that that's the way how we were created. But along the way, we forgot this. And when we forgot that, we start thinking that everything outside of us is what's creating our joy and happiness. And if we are dependent on everything that's happening outside of us, just imagine if outside is chaotic and this is where we're looking for joy, then everything within us becomes that way. But if we just make the shift in mindset, realizing that, you know what, we were created this way. You know the song that talks about looking for love in all the wrong places? A lot of times we're doing that with every aspect in our lives. Instead, we should just go back within. You know, pull yourself back in, take that time, sit down, reflect, and realize, hey, no matter what's going on in the world, there is something that I could look at and see that, you know what, it makes sense to live. And the first thing that I always think about is our breath. We have a breath. Find something to be totally grateful for. Not that we're going to dismiss what's going on and how we're feeling. We feel it. But then we pull back and realize, hey, but I have this breath. I have my key, and I could make that change.
Love it. I really, really do love it. And so, can you tell us a little bit now? We know that the screening is happening December 16th.
So we're talking about self-care first.
Sorry.
And then we're going to transition to talking about the screening of the Mission Joy, which is a whole project that is being led by Tifara and Ms. Michelle. So, Dr. Bobs, can you continue talking about self-care
Okay,
and
so
joy?
self-care and wellness also has to do with your finances.
Yes, very
and
important.
so that is why how John and I, we are partnering. Whenever we give these self-care and wellness workshops, we also talk about financial literacy. Because a person who is financially illiterate, a person, Renata, when you're broke, are you happy?
No, a strain.
It's a strain.
It is.
And so we realize that if we truly want to help people to be happy and help them to experience joy, help them to manage their money so that they can live a more productive lives. And so that's what we have been doing. We have been working with public officers across this country, and we have been sharing joy and happiness and giving them the skills and knowledge to become financially literate, to be able to make good financial decisions. Christmas is here. Kevin, make sure you make your budget, you follow your budget, and what should be the first thing on your expense?
Savings.
Saving, smart girl. You get this math.
I get a math. You get a math. I all get maths. I feel like Oprah.
Perfect, yes. So that's what we have been doing. And we have a second day with Customs Department.
Oh.
And it's a great opportunity, a great experience. The feedback that we are getting is amazing.
Wow.
Can you talk a bit more about what these sessions with the public officers look like? What are things that we discuss? What's the modality of it?
So we talk about wellness and self-care first, and then
Yes, so we lead with, we've all heard about emotional intelligence, right?
Yeah.
And right now, how most of us, 85 to 95% of human beings, are letting our emotions run away with ourselves, correct? So what we're doing is giving tips, we're dropping seeds, and letting everyone realize that, listen, you have the power. You can control your emotions. So we're leading first with the biggest pillar in emotional intelligence, which is self-awareness. So until you really understand the mind, body, and spiritual connection, then you can start this process of being really emotional intelligent. So we're taking it back to the grassroots. Let's start seeing who we are. Let's realize that it doesn't matter the color of our skin or where we're from or what religion we decide to go with. We can all be friends. It doesn't matter. We're human beings first. So this is what we're sharing wherever we go, bringing it to the practical side of it to give them actual tips on how to start managing the mind. Because, you know, we've lived so long on a certain path where we forgot about the spiritual self. And we just focused a whole lot on the mental and the physical.
Yes.
So let's bring it back to that most important part.
I love that. Dr. Bob, I wanted to ask, because I know we're doing this with public officers, but I'm sure a lot of people can benefit from this overall, you know, training, this understanding, this knowledge, because it's important. Like you mentioned, the mind is already set on a certain path. So now to get that program in a different way, a little bit more open, it takes time. Could you talk to maybe, you know, people out there that are not public officers, but probably have the same issues as public officers, and maybe when you're going to talk to customs about, give them maybe like 1 or 2 tips or advice that you've seen very like, it's come up a lot of times in your sessions that you see is an issue. that maybe that could help them?
So
on
I
their
must
journey
say that we have not only spoken to public officers, but we have spoken to the BDF, to the police academy. 2 weeks ago, we spoke to about 150 new police officers.
Nice.
And we spoke to them about financial literacy, because many times people are unhappy because they don't have any money, they can't meet their basic needs. So here is Jean telling them about happiness. But if you don't provide them with the knowledge and skills to manage their monies or their finances, they will be unhappy.
That is so true.
So part of wellness and self-care, we also provide financial literacy, and we are very open. We have, like last week, Saturday, Jean was at my house, and she had a session with my friends.
Nice.
And we are open to support and to assist, because a happy Belize is a more productive Belize.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
People who are unhappy can't function the way that they should. They can't really provide the kind of support and the kind of knowledge and the kind of support that this country needs to proceed, to progress.
You know, like I'm a firm believer that positive energy is contagious. Energy in general is contagious and it can be transmitted. And I see the value of having public servants engage in this conversation, because if you're not feeling well, right, if mentally, spiritually, then whenever you have contact with, that energy gets shared, and then that goes about spreading. So often, you know, I feel like it's important for us to like sit, be present, evaluate yourself, and be like, okay, I need a break. Can somebody else deal with this client? And then it gives you the opportunity to reflect and get better. So that whenever you go out there, one, you're going to be more productive, you're going to be more engaging, you're able to transmit good energy, and you get good outcomes for the entire company.
Can I say something, Kevin?
Yes.
I think you need to come do the workshop today, because you said it right there. Self-awareness and emotional intelligence right there. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Fantastic.
What time is we're gonna talk about that up
Yes,
there.
but seriously, Kevin, what we have noticed that after this session, you see a change of behavior. People are smiling. You know, sometimes you go to the customs, they come through immigration. Some of these officers are disgruntled because they are unhappy. They have issues, and they are blaming you. Look at you not make my day unhappy. They are unhappy before they met you, but they are venting on you.
Yeah.
So we are helping them to find your happiness. The key to your happiness is not with somebody else. It is with you.
Amen.
And that is
So
why,
with that, Doctor-
Kevin, don't give away your key to everybody.
No, I have it.
Keep it, guard
Keep
it.
the key.
Like I after the session with John, I was saying, you know what? Nobody will enter my happiness space today. I will not give it. So if you come with a Nancy and say, Renata, you know what? I'm guarding my happiness. I love you, darling, but I love me more.
Dr. Bob, so with that, let's talk about the overall project, which is Mission Joy, and let's invite Tifara and Michelle into the conversation. So
You're about to just enjoying the conversation, right?
You know, it's so meaningful. So let's talk about how the four of you encompass this project. So let's talk about Mission Joy, Michelle.
Well, I think I'm going to let Tifara take this on because it was really her that brought it to us at Rock and was really excited about us sharing it. But it's really a beautiful project, so I'm just going to...
Tifara, please.
It's her baby.
Well, you know, it started for me with a book, Finding Joy. In Troubled Times, I believe is the tagline. And it's a conversation between the Dalai Lama and Archbishop Desmond Tutu, who we know are from two completely different worlds. The Dalai Lama is the spiritual leader in Tibet, and Archbishop Desmond Tutu, he experienced apartheid in South Africa. So what was amazing for me when I first discovered the book and started reading is that the sheer effort of getting them together. In their entire lives, they've only been together maybe like half a dozen times, you know, and they're both Nobel Peace Prize winners. And they're both talking about spirituality and coming from within yourself, you know. And I was just so inspired by that book. So when I saw this project, it's called Mission Joy. You know, they're on a mission to just bring joy to people. And it's not just about happiness, right? Because happiness could be like like any emotion in a moment, right? Happiness, you know, anger, sadness. But joy is an embodiment. You know, it's the way that we go about our lives, the way that we treat people, the way that we see the world, the way that we react to the things that are happening outside of us. And we are in troubled times. You know, we're in a lot of turmoil right now. So the idea of Mission Joy is to bring that idea of joy to people and show them how to generate that from within. So it's based on the book, and they created a film. And it's conversations with these two men, these huge, icons about joy and humanity and their similarities, even though they come from completely different religious and spiritual backgrounds and socioeconomic conditions.
I think also one of the underlying messages of the film and the book that might not have been obviously written or spoken, but it's about friendship, and it's about egoless friendship, so that we're not in a friendship to try to get to control the other person. We're in the friendship to accept, to love, and to find our similarities. As Tafara said, the Dalai Lama lived, he's a spiritual leader, so he's had some sort of protection around him. And then there's Archbishop, who's lived through some of the most awful periods of, this century, with apartheid and with racism. But there is a message of friendship, of acceptance, of compassion. And that joy that they share is a joy that's more like an inner knowing. There's this inner knowing that you have, and it's similar, and it shows also that it goes beyond spiritual beliefs.
Yeah.
It's God is God. And when you get to the basis of that, when you find that, it's a beautiful thing. So I think the story really is bigger than the obvious message. It can hit, anything. It can speak to racism. It can speak to socio-economic backgrounds, classism, all sorts of stuff. If you really dive deeper into it, and it can be relatable on all levels.
Michelle, one thing I really wanted to highlight that you said, and I'm hoping people hear, and in the midst of us talking about financial literacy and joy and everything, you talked about friendship. And I think I just wanted to put a little pin there for a second, because I don't think people understand how important it is to have good support systems around you that support you having joy. Right. Because when you're in a rut and you're not able to find that joy, if you have a good person in your life, good friends, good partners, or whatever it is, they're able to pull that joy from you and to remind you of those importance. So that's a good thing, and I really want people to, when you think about this screening too as well, don't think about it only for yourself. Think about your circle too as well. It should be all coming together, because it's a lesson not just for you, but all the people around you should be carrying that joy. So if you're down and you're dim for that moment, there's other people surrounding you that can shine their light on you.
Yeah, and the way in which I think this film really ties into what Jean and Dr. Baber are doing is, on the real level, if you're hungry, you're not going to be able to sit in stillness, right? And so it gives you that financial information that a lot of people don't know. They don't really teach it to you. They don't teach you how to be that way in school. Yeah. And so these are the things that are really necessary to live in today's world. And then once you have that confidence that you know a little bit about how to manage your money and how to budget, then you're able to do the things for yourself and set aside things for yourself that is good for you. And then from that, gradually, you get that sense of inner knowing that you're okay. Everything is okay. Mm-hmm. And then, then our movie comes into place where it's there. It's already in you. You just need to find it. And all the troubles of the world is really holding you back from really feeling it. Yeah. Yep. But it's there. We're born with it. Yeah.
Yes.
Tafara, can you quickly share the dates of the screening and the time, all the logistic details for... Because we definitely want people to come and experience.
And bring your friends.
It's free. We're screening this Friday, the 16th, It's from 6 to 8:30, and then we'll also have a screening on Wednesday, December 28th, right after the Christmas holidays. And it's happening at Martha's Cafe, which is over there by Om Shanti Yoga Studio, if you know it. And it's free. You just come in. We'll be filming from 6 to 8:30, and bring your friends. We do need you to RSVP.
I was just gonna ask about that.
Because of it's a small space.
Got it.
The thing is too is that we're going to have time to settle, to watch the film, and then to discuss afterwards.
Oh, I like that.
And then to discuss afterwards, and then there'll be food and drinks for sale. But yes, we have these two screenings, Friday and also Wednesday the 28th. But next year, a Rhythm of Change, a nonprofit that we're both involved in, we're going to be traveling with it around Belize. So we really would like to get it into schools and, public service institutions and anybody that would like us to come and to sit. And we've got it, and it's free. So, take advantage
that's
of
really,
that.
really, really quite the mission of bringing joy to every
Mission
space
joy.
that we can, right? Mission joy. I love it. So as we're winding down this conversation, do you have any last words, Dr. Bob or Jean?
I just want to say that I think that the partnership that the four of us have is excellent. We need a productive Belize as we embark on a new year. We need to work on joy so that everybody can do better for themselves and for those around them and for the entire country.
That's true.
So a community that is educated, is informed, has the knowledge, they have the knowledge about joy, happiness, financial literacy, will be a better, a happy society, a happy Belize.
I'm with you on that.
I love that. Yes.
Sean.
And to tie that in, I really like the focus, right? In meditation, we realize we can't stop the mind. We're just focusing on one thing. So just for a second, if we would even just close our eyes and imagine an entire country focusing on joy, just imagine how powerful that is.
Yeah.
So I really commend Michelle, my friend here, from Shanti. I always have to. If she wasn't going to be here today, it's funny. I was going to say, you guys have your yoga mats. You have to go to Shanti. So no, you guys could go see the movie for free, and you can take your yoga mats to sit on. Right?
I love that. That's a cool measure.
Want to make the presentation for Kevin and to Brenna?
Oh yes, this is from Loving is Key. We wanted to make sure you have your own yoga mats.
Thank you.
And I don't know if Michelle would like to do one of her yoga poses for us.
Unfortunately, John, we do not have time for that.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, we're
You're
out of
taking
time.
over your stuff,
Yeah,
right?
so
Thank you.
Thank you so much for this conversation. It was so meaningful, and I'm sure that our viewers were able to connect with one or two things or everything that you had to share today. So we thank you for this space. It's perfect for this season, right? We're
It
talking
is,
about joy,
I like
happiness.
how we thought about not just now, but then a little bit before the New Year, so it could be fresh in some people's mind. And it's traveling too.
Yes.
So even if you miss it this year, Honey Bun, you're gonna still get it too.
Let me just quickly say 613-2564 RSVP if you want to come.
Can you repeat the number?
613-2564.
So RSVP, I also want to encourage teachers out there too as well, because you talked about how we can take this to the schools. So you're wondering next year what could be an agenda. Well, honey, you know now. So let's bring Mission Joy to the schools, because it starts really from our young children understanding these things. Then they adopt it into their lifestyle. They share it with their parents. They share it with their friends, and it becomes a big movement. So it's up to us to, educate and act. Because, education without action is nothing.
Joy to the world, that Christmas.
Yes, I think the first word on my blouse says joy. So that's
with
showing
that,
something.
So let's keep on sharing the joy. We're going to share joy through commercial break. And of course, we're going to be back with Modern Dance Movement and spreading some joy through dance. So stay tuned for that conversation.
Stop, love. Don't paint that wall. I have a better idea. Let us wallpaper it. It is cleaner, easier, and so beautiful, and looks very artistic when it is all done, and takes less time to do up a wall than to use that smelly paint. And guess what? It is romantic.
What you mean romantic? What is romantic about putting up a wallpaper, honey? Tell me more.
Well, you see, we will go to Mikado and see the range of wallpaper. Then we will choose the design together. We will come home and start putting up the wallpaper. And we will be together and be beside each other. We can put wallpaper in all the rooms. And who knows? They even have wallpaper for the baby room too.
Well, I like the sound of that. So what are we waiting for? Let's go to Mercado like now.
Come in, honey.
You can also see our selection of wallpaper on our Facebook page. Like us and follow us on Facebook. Mercado, centrally located in the heart of Belize City at number 37 Albert Street.
¿Sabías que Hospital Galenia modificó los protocolos de seguridad y prevención de salud ante la pandemia de COVID-19 para evitar contagios?
Se garantiza que todo paciente que llega a quirófano está libre de COVID y durante su periodo de recuperación no va a tener contacto con un paciente infectado.
Hospital Galenia, más que un hospital.
Channel 7's Christmas Bram is here. It's all happening from Sunday, December 11th to Thursday, December 15th.
And we want you to come up on all the giveaways. So how do you do that?
Come to our office on Albert Street to buy your 25-cent ticket. You can buy as many as you want for more and more chances at a prize.
That ticket gets your name in the barrel and gives you a chance to win cash prizes, jewelry, electronic appliances, and much, much more.
Then, join us in person on Thursday, December 15th for the Bram's grand finale at our new location, Signature Restaurant and Pub. Your $10 entrance gets you a golden ticket to win even bigger prizes.
So that's 5 nights of non-stop entertainment, non-stop giveaways, and non-stop fun.
Stop, love. Don't paint that wall. I have a better idea. Let us wallpaper it. It is cleaner, easier, and so beautiful and looks very artistic when it is all done. And takes less time to do up a wall than to use that smelly paint. And guess what? It is romantic.
What you mean romantic? What is romantic about putting up a wallpaper, honey? Tell me more.
Well, you see, we will go to Mikado and see the range of wallpaper. Then we will choose the design together. We will come home and start putting up the wallpaper. And we will be together and be beside each other. We can put wallpaper in all the rooms. And who knows? They even have wallpaper for the baby room too.
Well, I like the sound of that. So what are we waiting for? Let's go to Mercado like now.
Come in, honey.
You can also see our selection of wallpaper on our Facebook page. Like us and follow us on Facebook. Mercado, centrally located in the heart of Belize City at number 37 Albert Street.
¿Sabías que Hospital Galenia modificó los protocolos de seguridad y prevención de salud ante la pandemia de COVID-19 para evitar contagios?
Se garantiza que todo paciente que llega a quirófano está libre de COVID y durante su periodo de recuperación no va a tener contacto con un paciente infectado.
Hospital Galenia, más que un hospital.
Channel 7's Christmas Bram is here. It's all happening from Sunday, December 11th to Thursday, December 15th.
And we want you to come up on all the giveaways. So how do you do that?
Come to our office on Albert Street to buy your 25-cent ticket. You can buy as many as you want for more and more chances at a prize.
That ticket gets your name in the barrel and gives you a chance to win cash prizes, jewelry, electronic appliances, and much, much more.
Then, join us in person on Thursday, December 15th for the Bram's grand finale at our new location, Signature Restaurant and Pub. Your $10 entrance gets you a golden ticket to win even bigger prizes.
So that's 5 nights of non-stop entertainment, non-stop giveaways, and non-stop fun.
Stop, love. Don't paint that wall. I have a better idea. Let us wallpaper it. It is cleaner, easier, and so beautiful and looks very artistic when it is all done. And takes less time to do up a wall than to use that smelly paint. And guess what? It is romantic.
What you mean romantic? What is romantic about putting up a wallpaper, honey? Tell me more.
Well, you see, we will go to Mikado and see the range of wallpaper. Then we will choose the design together. We will come home and start putting up the wallpaper. And we will be together and be beside each other. We can put wallpaper in all the rooms. And who knows? They even have wallpaper for the baby room too.
Well, I like the sound of that. So what are we waiting for? Let's go to Mercado like now.
Come in, honey.
You can also see our selection of wallpaper on our Facebook page. Like us and follow us on Facebook. Mercado, centrally located in the heart of Belize City at number 37 Albert Street.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Sun Up on 7. And we continue on Mission Joy. And this time we're transmitting joy through music and dance. And joining us today, we have Jalen Craig, Director of Modern Dance Movement, and her crew talking about what to expect from Modern Dance Movement. They have an event scheduled for December 18th. And of course, we have a live performance today. Jalen, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Good
Season's
morning.
greetings to you.
Same to you.
How are you feeling today?
I think I'm feeling really excited. It's been a busy month, and I believe for everyone, it is a very busy week leading up to Christmas. So what better way to celebrate Christmas than to take a moment of your Sunday afternoon, this Sunday, the 18th, to come and watch our performance, our Christmas performance.
I just want to say I love your earrings, by the way. They're so snowflakey cute. So
Thank you. Locally made, have to say that.
Love it.
Yes.
Thank you. And so you mentioned something right here this Sunday. What time again?
So this Sunday, December 18th at 3 in the afternoon.
So you guys have been working very hard. I know that, these little girls here probably like putting all their sweat and energy. Can you tell us a little bit about what this Sunday is going to be entailing exactly? What performances can people expect and so forth?
So at Modern Dance Movement, we offer levels at different ages, from the ages of 3 to adults. So you will see a wide range of ages taking part in our performance on Sunday. But we are also really excited that for this performance, we are inviting guests. So we have Encore Performing Arts Center, which is located in Belmopan.
Okay.
And we have none other than the Belize National Dance Company, that's also located at the Bliss Studio. So we're really excited to have these guests join us on the stage for this Christmas performance.
Right, and just to add a detail there, the performance is going to be at the Bliss Center for Performing Arts. Yes?
That's right on that stage.
Awesome.
Yes.
The flyer's going right up there, guys.
Right on your screen. Jalen, we thank you so much for taking the time off of your busy schedule to join us and grace our viewers with joy and dance. Do we have any final words for our viewers before we go into our performance?
I would always like to say, come out and support the arts. So we had a lot happening specifically at the Bliss this month. We had music, now we have dancing. So really, I'm inviting the entire community to please come out and support these dancers at all ages. They have been working really hard, and so now it's their chance to show off their hard work for you.
I love it. And you can actually see on the screen, guys, just some snippets of, what it's like to be in the Bliss and get a performance. And so you're going to see all that and much more at 3 p.m. this Sunday. You can go right after church if you want, guys. Have your meal and everything and go right after church. Bring your family, because it's a family affair, And also for you, maybe your little daughters and sons and so forth that are inspired by music, this is the perfect time for them to go and see a live performance at the Bliss and get that experience. It's going to be beautiful. The price for entrance is how much?
So we have adult tickets going for $20, and children up to ages 15 are for $15.
Awesome. So come right out. Will there be any food and drinks that they can be able to purchase at the Bliss?
We will have a very short intermission. Reason being, we don't like having our audience waiting hour and 2 hours. And so we do have a brief intermission where we will have water and also our MDM merch. So we have t-shirts and different kinds of designs for you to check out.
That's cool. So are we excited, girls?
I am. I am.
So,
Janet, we thank you so much for joining us once more, and I'm sure our viewers are gonna enjoy this.
definitely. We get a little snippet, guys, just a little taste, a tease of what it's gonna be like, the experience when you come out this Sunday at the Bliss Institute at 3 p.m. Get your tickets quickly, bring your family, bring your friends, and let's enjoy the joy of art and all these great, amazing performers from all ages. So with that, let's have these little girls take it away.
Yes.
Because we're ready.
Yes.
They told me, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, a newborn king to see, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. Our finest gifts we bring, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, to lay before the king, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum. So to honor him, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, when we go.
better idea. Let us wallpaper it. It is cleaner, easier, and so beautiful and looks very artistic when it is all done. And takes less time to do up a wall than to use that smelly paint. And guess what? It is romantic.
What you mean romantic? What is romantic about putting up a wallpaper, honey? Tell me more.
Well, you see, we will go to Mikado and see the range of wallpaper. Then we will choose the design together. We will come home and start putting up the wallpaper. And we will be together and be beside each other. We can put wallpaper in all the rooms. And who knows? They even have wallpaper for the baby room too.
Well, I like the sound of that. So what are we waiting for? Let's go to Mercado like now.
Come in, honey.
You can also see our selection of wallpaper on our Facebook page. Like us and follow us on Facebook. Mercado, centrally located in the heart of Belize City at number 37 Albert Street.
¿Sabías que Hospital Galenia modificó los protocolos de seguridad y prevención de salud ante la pandemia de COVID-19 para evitar contagios?
Se garantiza que todo paciente que llega a quirófano está libre de COVID y durante su periodo de recuperación no va a tener contacto con un paciente infectado.
Hospital Galenia, más que un hospital.
Channel 7's Christmas Bram is here. It's all happening from Sunday, December 11th to Thursday, December 15th.
And we want you to come up on all the giveaways. So how do you do that?
Come to our office on Albert Street to buy your 25-cent ticket. You can buy as many as you want for more and more chances at a prize.
That ticket gets your name in the barrel and gives you a chance to win cash prizes, jewelry, electronic appliances, and much, much more.
Then, join us in person on Thursday, December 15th for the Bram's grand finale at our new location, Signature Restaurant and Pub. Your $10 entrance gets you a golden ticket to win even bigger prizes.
So that's 5 nights of non-stop entertainment, non-stop giveaways, and non-stop fun.
Stop, love. Don't paint that wall. I have a better idea. Let us wallpaper it. It is cleaner, easier, and so beautiful and looks very artistic when it is all done. And takes less time to do up a wall than to use that smelly paint. And guess what? It is romantic.
What you mean romantic? What is romantic about putting up a wallpaper, honey? Tell me more.
Well, you see, we will go to Mikado and see the range of wallpaper. Then we will choose the design together. We will come home and start putting up the wallpaper. And we will be together and be beside each other. We can put wallpaper in all the rooms. And who knows? They even have wallpaper for the baby room too.
Well, I like the sound of that. So what are we waiting for? Let's go to Mercado like now.
Come in, honey.
You can also see our selection of wallpaper on our Facebook page. Like us and follow us on Facebook. Mercado, centrally located in the heart of Belize City at number 37 Albert Street.
¿Sabías que Hospital Galenia modificó los protocolos de seguridad y prevención de salud ante la pandemia de COVID-19 para evitar contagios?
Se garantiza que todo paciente que llega a quirófano está libre de COVID y durante su periodo de recuperación no va a tener contacto con un paciente infectado.
Hospital Galenia, más que un hospital.
Channel 7's Christmas Bram is here. It's all happening from Sunday, December 11th to Thursday, December 15th.
And we want you to come up on all the giveaways. So how do you do that?
Come to our office on Albert Street to buy your 25-cent ticket. You can buy as many as you want for more and more chances at a prize.
That ticket gets your name in the barrel and gives you a chance to win cash prizes, jewelry, electronic appliances, and much, much more.
Then, join us in person on Thursday, December 15th for the Bram's grand finale at our new location, Signature Restaurant and Pub. Your $10 entrance gets you a golden ticket to win even bigger prizes.
So that's 5 nights of non-stop entertainment, non-stop giveaways, and non-stop fun.
morning, everyone. Welcome back to Sun Up on 7. I hope that everybody's having a wonderful morning and enjoying the joy that's getting transmitted through the screens. We had an amazing, amazing performance by Modern Dance Movement. And the opportunities and excitement continues as we're talking about opportunities. So there's an opportunity for folks that are into computer to attend a computer symposium in the US. So to give us excitement and, of course, how can you apply, we have Dorian Arnold joining us today. Dorian, you have a background in computer and everything, and you're doing wonders, and we love the fact that you're willing to engage Belizeans in this opportunity. Yes. Before we get into the nuggets of the symposium, I just want to do a quick check-in.
Yes, sir.
How are you feeling today?
Feeling good. Feeling good. A little bit warm. The Belizean tropical air is getting.
Yeah, hit your
Yes, yes,
It's
yes.
good,
But it's nice. It's
yeah,
nice. It's
thankfully you're like in the cold front season.
Okay,
so.
okay.
Because it normally hotter than this, you know.
Okay,
You know,
yes, yes.
it could get worse.
Well, we thank you so much for joining us today to share this exciting opportunity and
course.
always being on the lookout for Belizeans.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So let's talk about the symposium. What
Okay.
is the symposium about?
So I'm a professor in computer science, and I do research in an area that's called high performance computing.
Okay.
So what that means is imagine the computers that you have in your pocket, but imagine, or the laptops that you have, imagine many, many, many thousands, hundreds of thousands of the components inside of that together trying to solve one big problem, right? So that's sort of the space that I work in, and this symposium is about that, right? So it is sort of at the advanced level, but it has components that are meant to engage people to make them interested in the space. And so I have participated in this symposium, this conference for 20 plus years, and I am fortunate to be the general chair of the symposium in 2023 in November. The conference will be in Denver, Colorado.
Cool.
And there are opportunities for students to participate, right? Again, a lot of it is about feeding the pipeline, getting new people interested. And one of the charges for 2023 is diversity. So the theme for the conference is as I am HPC. HPC stands for High Performance Computing.
Okay.
And it's meant to allow everybody to see themselves in this space. And so I'm trying to allow Belizeans to see themselves in this space. And so the space is basically going to show students, show people, whoever are interested, what it means to be in this area of high-performance computing, and also then provide pathways for them to get connected into this space through education, through work, other professional experiences, and opportunities like that. So that's sort of the background and the backdrop that I'm trying to expose to Belize.
I love that. I think it's really interesting too as well. I know we had just a while back some young people that were doing programming and they were super excited about it, and they said they just needed that experience to get their overall feel on what they want their career to be. So I think this is the exact opportunity for people to say, you know, this sounds a little challenging, but I want to talk to people. I want to get the real feel.
Right.
So as on that same thought, what would be the age range we're looking at? Like, give me the criteria that they can be able to qualify, because you said work and also education. So that kind of falls in a different line too as well.
Right, so the minimum age of conference requires anybody that's registered to be 18 years of age.
Okay.
Right, and in fact, this experience right here is really just to sort of provide some initial awareness. I do actually plan to approach the tertiary level institutions where we expect to find most of the students of the right age group with the formal opportunities and the formal application process and such. This is just to plant that seed, right? But so if they're 18 years of age and are able to express why the experience would be something that's useful for them, that's productive, right? So they're not just a chance to go to States, right? It's a chance to actually further your life and see yourself in a space that many Belizeans might not see themselves in, right? When I was growing up in Belize, I couldn't imagine being in that space, right? Working with computers that are doing wonderful things, helping to send, you know, the Mars rover to Mars and those sorts of things, right? And so it does allow you to see yourself in a space where you might imagine before that looked cool, but that's probably not for me. I don't know how to get there.
Yeah.
Right? This is supposed to help you see yourself and help establish those pathways to get there.
And it's the connections, because that's the thing. There's more than just, like, you know, students gonna be there, people that work in this field that you can connect to and feel like, hey, this is my possible field. These are the routes that I can go into, because I think just hearing the real testimony that story is gonna help a lot of students.
Right.
I wanted to ask too, I know you said you're gonna talk to tertiary schools, you're gonna go that further in detail, but what about for somebody that, you know, graduated from school, is working right now, not necessarily in that field, but really would want to get into that field, would they be able to qualify if they don't have any kind of real background in that area?
So the short answer is anyone can actually attend the conference. Now, usually there's some finances that are needed to attend the conference.
Definitely.
So the conference provides some scholarships for students that allow them to engage the conference, right? Other people who might find the conference to be of interest for whatever reason would have to figure out how to source their way to the conference itself. Now, in many ways, I could help with some of that sourcing. For example, we have opportunities where we can waive the registration fees for the conference, but then you'd still need to figure out the travel and the
plane,
lodging and
hotel.
such. Right, for students, if there's an application process, and if they get accepted into the conference, all of that is covered for the students. Right, so the lodging, the travel, we try to do our best to support them to get visas to attend and that sort of stuff, right? Because all of those things matter.
They do, and I mean, they have time to as well to prepare. That's
Correct.
why you came so early.
That's
I love
right,
that
that's
because
right,
now it
that's
kind of gets them hyping. Like 2023 sounds exciting.
I know.
That's right.
Dorian,
That's right.
you've done a fantastic job in giving us a brief about what the symposium is going to be about, and of course, encouraging our viewers or anybody, any student in particular that's interested in coming to attend this conference. Let's say that they want to like further dive into and find out more about the conference. Is there a website where they can find details, any like agendas and that kind of thing, and of course, the application form for the scholarship?
Yes, absolutely. So the broad area, I mentioned high performance computing. It's also called supercomputing. So the conference is called SC.
SC.
So if you Google SC23, that's for the 2023 year, it'll land you right on the webpage. That gets you everything you need to know. Now, again, the webpage is generally currently targeting people who are sort of in the know. And so I actually also offer myself individually as a pathway for the people, particularly the Belizeans who might be intimidated, right? And say, well, I don't know where this, I don't know where that, right? So dorian.arnold@emory.edu. So my institution is Emory University. I'm a professor there. If people reach out to me, I would be happy to help them understand exactly what's happening here. And again, with the formal part of this is we will be reaching out to the educational institutions to spread awareness of the opportunity, but also then facilitate the process for those who are interested to apply to maximize their chances for being able to participate in the conference.
Two things, Dorian. Can you kindly repeat your email so that people can get it? And then, is there a limit as to how much persons can benefit from this scholarship?
Right. So dorian.arnold@emory.edu.
Okay.
Right, or Dorian Arnold. Right. And so there's two answers to the second question about the limit. In theory, there's no limit. In practice, there's a limit to the amount that the conference can actually support. Right. So in fact, one of the things that we're also doing is talking around to see if we can find other ways to sponsor students that are interested to attend. Right, so we have conversations with the Ministry of Education and other places, again, to source the funds. So really the limit is on the funding to get people there, right? So the conference actually has a broad application process, and students from around the world will be applying to attend, right? And generally we provide fellowships for about 150 to 200 students to attend the conference. Overall, the conference has about 12 to 14,000 people typically, right? And so, and again, about a couple hundred students usually get that support. So I would be thrilled if a handful of those students were actually Belizeans, right? And then it would be even more fantastic if other organizations were able to help sponsor more people. Some of the opportunities are also of interest to professionals, and again, who are interested in that computing space. And through a different channel, I will be talking about those opportunities. Again, those don't come with the funding to get there.
Technically, because they can self-sustain
We
their,
hope.
their membership.
We hope,
And
right?
then
But
we could see maybe if the registration, like you said, at least that maybe would be waived, but they still would have to cover airfare, lodging, and stuff like that. But you know, this is an incredible opportunity for professionals, for students, and you know, it opens the door to many opportunities, many advantages, many just collaborations where they can be able to say, hey, I'm in this space with people I would never ever be in this space. And I really want to talk to young people out there that maybe hear this and they're like, this sounds nice, but it's intimidating. That's why Dorian is here. You can message him, you can talk to him, share those fears, have that conversation, and apply. I mean, regardless of the limit of you know, when it comes to funding and you don't know exactly what it is, apply. Once you get accepted, we'll worry about the rest afterwards.
That's a good way to
So
put it.
think about it like that. Just apply. Don't take no for an answer. Like, work towards it. And then everything else we'll try to figure out along the way. But the first step is believing, having those conversations, and applying.
Great.
Doreen, we thank you so much for bringing this opportunity to light, and we encourage everybody to go ahead and apply. Do you have any last words for our viewers?
So I'd just like to say this conference opportunity is a great one, but it really is just the first, I hope, to be in many opportunities, right? So in my day job, I'm a professor and I'm also a director of the graduate program at Emory University in computer science and informatics. And so what we hope is to actually, again, show Belizeans that are interested in computing the pathways into this space. This conference can be one, but of course, educational opportunities, undergraduate and graduate opportunities are another. And so
I am
Yeah, I know he got all of and he's bringing it to Belize.
Right,
I
and
love
I'm
that for
really here to connect students to opportunities, right? Or people to opportunities, and I feel like that's the best thing I can do in the space that I've been blessed to be a part of.
And we're so thankful for that. Thank you for looking out
Sure,
for our
appreciate it.
Belizeans. Thank
And so people, make sure you email, make sure you look at the website. Start the conversation now. I know you said, oh, that's 2023. 2023, they're right in 2 weeks. So don't wait. Ask. Yeah, no, that's the thing what I want. Don't wait. Ask because, you know, the time is going to run up on you. Don't wait for tomorrow. Do it today.
Do it today.
Please and thank you. But thank you so much, Doran, for being here. And I can't wait for the next time you come on because this is just the beginning, like you've mentioned before.
Absolutely.
So I can't wait to see what our students and our young professionals are going to be able to be open to soon enough. So
Thank you very much for having me.
no problem at all. And with that, guys, we go to our next commercial break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Stop, love. Don't paint that wall. I have a better idea. Let us wallpaper it. It is cleaner, easier, and so beautiful and looks very artistic when it is all done. And takes less time to do up a wall than to use that smelly paint. And guess what? It is romantic.
What you mean romantic? What is romantic about putting up a wallpaper, honey? Tell me more.
Well, you see, we will go to Mikado and see the range of wallpaper. Then we will choose the design together. We will come home and start putting up the wallpaper. And we will be together and be beside each other. We can put wallpaper in all the rooms. And who knows? They even have wallpaper for the baby room too.
Well, I like the sound of that. So what are we waiting for? Let's go to Mercado like now.
Come in, honey.
You can also see our selection of wallpaper on our Facebook page. Like us and follow us on Facebook. Mercado, centrally located in the heart of Belize City at number 37 Albert Street.
¿Sabías que Hospital Galenia modificó los protocolos de seguridad y prevención de salud ante la pandemia de COVID-19 para evitar contagios?
Se garantiza que todo paciente que llega a quirófano está libre de COVID y durante su periodo de recuperación no va a tener contacto con un paciente infectado.
Hospital Galenia, más que un hospital.
Channel 7's Christmas Bram is here. It's all happening from Sunday, December 11th to Thursday, December 15th.
And we want you to come up on all the giveaways. So how do you do that?
Come to our office on Albert Street to buy your 25-cent ticket. You can buy as many as you want for more and more chances at a prize.
That ticket gets your name in the barrel and gives you a chance to win cash prizes, jewelry, electronic appliances, and much, much more.
Then, join us in person on Thursday, December 15th for the Bram's grand finale at our new location, Signature Restaurant and Pub. Your $10 entrance gets you a golden ticket to win even bigger prizes.
So that's 5 nights of non-stop entertainment, non-stop giveaways, and non-stop fun.
Stop, love. Don't paint that wall. I have a better idea. Let us wallpaper it. It is cleaner, easier, and so beautiful and looks very artistic when it is all done, and takes less time to do up a wall than to use that smelly paint. And guess what? It is romantic.
What you mean romantic? What is romantic about putting up a wallpaper, honey? Tell me more.
Well, you see, we will go to Mikado and see the range of wallpaper. Then we will choose the design together. We will come home and start putting up the wallpaper. And we will be together and be beside each other. We can put wallpaper in all the rooms. And who knows? They even have wallpaper for the baby room too.
Well, I like the sound of that, so what are we waiting for? Let's go to Mercado like now.
Come in, honey.
You can also see our selection of wallpaper on our Facebook page. Like us and follow us on Facebook. Mercado, centrally located in the heart of Belize City at number 37 Albert Street.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Sun Up on 7. It is your Hump Day episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I just want to remind you that if you miss any of the conversations, and I would be so disappointed if you do, you can go back to 7 News and you can watch the recorded live, or you can tune into our YouTube channel and enjoy everything that happens here on Sun Up on 7. And we have a very, very exciting opportunity right now because we're doing a call for proposal. And there's a new funding that has been launched by the Belize Fund for a Sustainable Future. So to giving us all this insight, if you want to focus on this, we have Dr. Leandra Cho Ricketts, who's the Executive Director of BFSF, and Mr. Josue Oliva, who's the Program Manager of the organization as well. Good morning to you both. It's a pleasure to have you, see familiar faces. Dr. Ricketts,
Morning.
how are you feeling today?
Good morning, I'm doing good. Excited to be able to share information about the fund and opportunities with you guys and Belize.
Of course, thank you. How are you feeling, Jose?
I'm doing good as well, great. I feel very emotional to some extent because it's a new organization, a new opportunity for Belize and for all of us here to do something about our marine and coastal conservation in Belize as well, no?
Of course, and we're talking about sustainable future, and I think that all of us who want to do something now and for everybody, all the generations to come, to being able to enjoy it as well, right? So this is really, really exciting. So let's talk about the new funding opportunity.
Right. So you would have heard, maybe you heard a bit about it around involved or related to the Blue Bond Agreement.
Yeah.
And so this fund is one of the mechanisms coming out of that, where the money, the conservation payments, as they're called, that government makes coming out of that agreement, come to the fund.
Okay.
And so that's the source of funds we will have to be able to implement on-the-ground programs that we're going to have that Josue will tell you a little bit about. And so this is over 20 years. We'll be getting approximately 7.6 million, 7.4, 7.6 million a year, Belize.
Okay.
And so over time, over 20 years, the idea is to invest that back into coastal and marine resource use, sustainable use, conservation type things.
Awesome. So what are some of the indicators or some of the things that we're looking forward to come out from the funding?
Well, the fund right now has a strategic objectives. So this call is going to be in opening interest applications on the 4 objectives. We're just opening it out, see what interest comes in. The 4 strategic objectives are protection of biodiversity.
Okay.
And so, of course, that relates to what we have to do, strategies that can help protect all the wealth of biodiversity we have, and that Belize has been so famous at working towards. And then we have sustainable fisheries, because a lot of the biodiversity supports fisheries, and it's a very productive industry. And so it would be proposals that relate to how we can make our fisheries more sustainable. And then there's climate resilience. You know, climate change is a major issue, especially for coastal states like us. And so it's looking at projects strategies that can help us build our resilience to be able to weather climate change, because it's here.
Yeah.
But we have to be able to not suffer as badly or as much. And there's more focus, you know, on people. And then blue business innovation. So that's the one I'm most excited about, because then it's really tying in with the sustainable use. How we can make what we do innovative and tap into the whole blue economy we have, the oceans, the sea, the coastal area.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Interesting. So I know you mentioned that Haswa is going to talk about, you know, the different programs that are in. So you were so excited. I love how you started the energy. So I can't wait to hear these different programs, because when it's new, there's a lot of other, you know, places to touch. There's a lot of ideas to come from it. So Haswa, take it away.
Thank you very much, and that's a good question. But basically, you know, not to have it as broad as possible, we have two windows of opportunities of funding, right? The first one is the Grants Award Program, which is the GAP, and the other one is the Government Strategic Allocation, right? The GSA. But for right now, we will focus on the GAP, right? The Grants Award Program. So we're having this call specifically to try to get proposals from all over Belize, especially looking at coastal and marine areas of Belize, our geographic area, to try to get proposals that link towards the strategic objectives that Dr. Ricketts spoke about, right? So eligible organizations such as NGOs, CSOs, academia, and even the private sector can tap into this opportunity and this window, right? There are three types of grants that we will be giving, which are the small grants, which is up to 50,000 Belize dollars.
Wow.
So once your project or once you're eligible, you fit these criteria, you will be able to apply for these fundings up to 50,000 Belize dollars. That's the small one, for small, right? For those organizations that might be standing. And I would also like to note that eligibility as well means that the organization that will be applying has to be active and has been officially registered in Belize and be actively operating for 1 year prior to its submission of its application, right? So that's the first one. The first one is for 50,000 Belize dollars. The second one is for the medium grants, which are up to $150,000.
Okay.
And guess what? The large grants are above 150,000 Belize dollars, right? But it has to be within a 3-year time span. So we don't have a specific actual limit as to how much is the large grants, but we have to try to summarize it within a 3-year time period, right?
Okay, you know, Josue, one thing that I have to say, and I have a background in natural resources management. Dr. Leandro is one of my professors, and also we volunteered at the Environmental Research Institute. I mean, those memories I still hold with me so dear. Is the fact that if people are hearing to this proposal, is that we do not have to limit ourselves to like just involving fisheries, right? Because sustainable future affects everybody, and once you live in a coastal zone, you may be an organization that works with women, for instance, or vulnerable groups, you can apply. The thing is about being creative in how you apply to meet the objectives of this grant. So for folks that want to look further into the proposal, and also, is there any available coaching that they can get to ensure that they're
any guideline of how this proposal really supposed
because
to
we
be
want to make it
set up?
successful. Let's have the benefit.
And that's a very good question, by the way. And that's why we have our website, which is the bfsf.bz, www.bfsf.bz, where you can go in and you will see who are our board, our the persons that all of us that work there, what are our strategic objectives. We have the proposal template. So everything is in there, but to make it more accessible and to try to answer those questions that we might not know right now, right? That are coming, we will be having a live session on the 16th.
On a Friday,
This Friday. So to address any questions or queries that these organizations might have. You know, they would want to know if their proposal will be something that would be interesting to submit. Then that's the time to
ask away.
Ask. Exactly.
All the nitty-gritty stuff that you might not know and you wanted us to ask, but you didn't get that information. On the 16th, can you share what time it's going to be for?
So 10 to 12 on the 16th, we're sending invitations. It's a Zoom meeting. So we have a list of invitees we've sent out to already. But if you're not on that list and you're interested, you can send an email to the info@bfsf.bz, expressing your interest in wanting to apply and learning more about it, and we will reach out to you.
All right. So we definitely encourage, I encourage vulnerable communities to go ahead and apply. You know, women, young people, we're talking about sustainability. So please, please apply. Let's be creative.
And remember your ideas. Don't like push it down and say
That
that's
is
not
true,
good or
right? That is
anything
so
like
true.
that. I really hope, and just like our last conversation, don't let these things scare you. I know you're hearing these funding and you're like, I don't think my idea is worth $50,000. It is. Try your best, and the worst you can hear is no. But one of the best things you can hear is a yes. So, I mean, push, ask people. There's going to be this session where you can be able to really dive into it. You know, get your mentors to support you, get those ideas going, because that is how we move forward. But never, ever push yourself down. Please try, because there are different grants. There's a small, medium, and a large. And so, you know, you never know what's going to happen.
That's inspiration you need.
Yeah.
That's inspiration.
Exactly.
Yes.
Just want to push people out there, because this is exciting.
And just within that same line, you know, even if your organization does not fit the eligibility of being established and operational within 1 year, you can always partner with another organization, and we're open to that. We're open to these ideas. We want to encourage you guys to submit because at the end of the day, it's for the benefit of all of us here in Belize, right?
You're right. I like that.
Yes.
Partnership, guys. This is where you come together as one and make the ideas bigger and better, because that's more human resources. And of course, that can get you better financial resources. So,
And so this is our first call. I mean, the organization is a few months old now. You know, we've been operationalizing. And so if you don't quite have everything together already, there'll be a second call coming up in August of 2023.
All right.
So, you know, there'll be ongoing opportunities. So don't think that if you miss this one, you're not quite ready, you know, the chance is gone.
Yeah.
The opportunities will always be there.
We definitely encourage folks to tune in to the information session this Friday.
10 to 12
10 to
p.m. If you didn't get an invitation, there's a website that you can, the email that you can send
Right, and a website for info. Because it's Zoom, we have a certain limit on numbers, and so you know, we do have to bear that in mind. But in terms of accessing information, there's a website, there's WhatsApp, and there's, you know, always calling in or WhatsApping to get more information.
That is true.
Our team will be ready to answer questions and help you.
Yeah, and if
Utilize your platform.
Right, and if you tune into the Zoom and you know somebody that might benefit, pass on the message, because you know anybody can benefit from this. So we thank you so much for joining us today. Give us this exciting opportunity, and once more, we encourage you to participate. Folks, with that, we're gonna go on another commercial break. When we're back, we're gonna be talking about HPV vaccine and the testing that happens with that. Stay tuned for that conversation.
All right, well, thanks.
Stop, love. Don't paint that wall. I have a better idea. Let us wallpaper it. It is cleaner, easier, and so beautiful, and looks very artistic when it is all done, and takes less time to do up a wall than to use that smelly paint. And guess what? It is romantic.
What you mean romantic? What is romantic about putting up a wallpaper, honey? Tell me more.
Well, you see, we will go to Mikado and see the range of wallpaper. Then we will choose the design together. We will come home and start putting up the wallpaper. And we will be together and be beside each other. We can put wallpaper in all the rooms. And who knows, they even have wallpaper for the baby room too.
Well, I like the sound of that. So what are we waiting for? Let's go to Mercado like now.
Come in, honey.
You can also see our selection of wallpaper on our Facebook page. Like us and follow us on Facebook. Mercado, centrally located in the heart of Belize City at number 37 Albert Street.
¿Sabías que Hospital Galenia modificó los protocolos de seguridad y prevención de salud ante la pandemia de COVID-19 para evitar contagios?
Se garantiza que todo paciente que llega a quirófano está libre de COVID y durante su periodo de recuperación no va a tener contacto con un paciente infectado.
Hospital Galenia, más que un hospital.
Channel 7's Christmas brand is here. It's all happening from Sunday, December 11th to Thursday, December 15th.
And we want you to come up on all the giveaways. So how do you do that?
Come to our office on Albert Street to buy your 25-cent ticket. You can buy as many as you want for more and more chances at a prize.
That ticket gets your name in the barrel and gives you a chance to win cash prizes, jewelry, electronic appliances, and much, much more.
Then, join us in person on Thursday, December 15th for the Brams Grand Finale at our new location, Signature Restaurant and Pub. Your $10 entrance gets you a golden ticket to win even bigger prizes.
So that's 5 nights of non-stop entertainment, non-stop giveaways, and non-stop fun.
Stop, 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 love. Don't paint that wall. I have a better idea. Let us wallpaper it. It is cleaner, easier, and so beautiful and looks very artistic when it is all done. And takes less time to do up a wall than to use that smelly paint. And guess what? It is romantic.
What you mean romantic? What is romantic about putting up a wallpaper, honey? Tell me more.
Well, you see, we will go to Mikado and see the range of wallpaper. Then we will choose the design together. We will come home and start putting up the wallpaper. And we will be together and be beside each other. We can put wallpaper in all the rooms. And who knows? They even have wallpaper for the baby room too.
Well, I like the sound of that. So what are we waiting for? Let's go to Mercado like now.
Come in, honey.
You can also see our selection of wallpaper on our Facebook page. Like us and follow us on Facebook. Mercado, centrally located in the heart of Belize City at number 37 Albert Street.
¿Sabías que Hospital Galenia modificó los protocolos de seguridad y prevención de salud ante la pandemia de COVID-19 para evitar contagios?
Se garantiza que todo paciente que llega a quirófano está libre de COVID y durante su periodo de recuperación no va a tener contacto con un paciente infectado.
Hospital Galenia, más que un hospital.
Channel 7's Christmas Bram is here. It's all happening from Sunday, December 11th to Thursday, December 15th.
And we want you to come up on all the giveaways. So how do you do that?
Come to our office on Albert Street to buy your 25-cent ticket. You can buy as many as you want for more and more chances at a prize.
That ticket gets your name in the barrel and gives you a chance to win cash prizes, jewelry, electronic appliances, and much, much more.
Then, join us in person on Thursday, December 15th for the Brams Grand Finale at our new location, Signature Restaurant and Pub. Your $10 entrance gets you a golden ticket to win even bigger prizes.
So that's 5 nights of non-stop entertainment, non-stop giveaways, and non-stop fun.
Greetings, everyone. It's a pleasure to welcome you back to another segment of Sun Up on 7. And as we're winding down the conversation, we're still keeping the momentum as we're talking about joy and wellness. And one of the key things that was mentioned by Dr. Marcelo Coyi, who's joining us in this conversation, is that health is very important for you to feel happy, for you to feel joyous. So with that, we're going to be talking today about HPV testing, which is an initiative that the Ministry of Health and Wellness has launched. So we're going to be talking about how the testing looks like, and of course, it's a call for people to go ahead and get screened, and let's do our best to prevent HPV and cancers. Right. So, Dr. Coyi, good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you here on our couch.
Thanks very much for the invitation.
How are you feeling this Wednesday?
Very good. Very good.
Are you excited to talk about HPV?
Yes. Yes, definitely.
I mean, we think about the conversation we've been having, joy, but you made a great point off camera that, how can you have joy too as well if you don't have your health? That is super important. And, when people think about HPV, I don't think they take it as seriously as they should be taking it.
Right.
So I would love for you just to give us a small rundown of what HPV is, and the cancers and everything associated.
Sure. Well, we have, I think, a high incidence of cancer of the cervix in Belize. And cancer of the cervix is part of the womb that is in the vagina. It's what called the mouth of the womb. In local language, it's the cervix. And whenever the cervix is exposed to virus, and the main virus is human papilloma virus, which we call HPV for short.
Yeah.
Whenever the cells in the cervix is exposed to some types of HPV, because there are about 200 subtypes of HPV.
Wow.
But there are two, 16 and 18, that when these viruses affect the cervix, the cells of the cervix, they are what you call oncogenic viruses. That means they give rise to cancer. And so when these cells are in contact, when these viruses, HPV 16 and 18, are in contact with the cells of the cervix, they cause changes over a period of 5 years, 7 years. And if it goes undetected, it leads to invasive cancer of the cervix. And once you get invasive cancer of the cervix, depending on the stage, because we stage cancer, stage 1 is very early, stage 4 is far gone.
Yeah.
You know, the survival rate at stage 1 may be 25%. Sorry, 75% you survive, as opposed to stage 4, you know, it's only 20% survive. So we now know that the beginning point of this is the HPV.
Right.
Yeah.
And so previously we have had, you see there, the cervix. That is what we want to avoid with the new test, no? And so previously we did pap smears, where you take mucus from the cervix and you send it to the cytologist to look at, and they are able to see changes before it becomes cancer.
Yeah.
But then we have something called visual examination with acetic acid, VIA. That again is another methodology that the healthcare workers, the nurses, the doctors can look at the cervix, apply acetic acid, vinegar, and there are some changes that happen when the cells are beginning to go bad. So that's the standard testing that we do, screening that you mentioned.
Okay.
They have their own problems. You know, pap smear, it's uncomfortable. Somebody, I just said the speculum there, you know, it's invasive to the woman. The test takes long.
Right.
And, you know, in the system, in the public system, sometimes it takes months before you get back results.
Definitely.
Well, this new testing that the ministry is now introducing, or has introduced. It's called HPV testing, where with a swab, you know those swabs that people use to clean their ears?
Yeah.
Something like that, but longer. The person or the lady can take a swab herself.
Oh.
So you can self-administer the swab, or you, if you feel uncomfortable or think you can't do it, a healthcare provider can take the swab for you.
Okay.
The swab, the test is a PCR test. If you remember, you had this COVID test where you had the ones that are not good, then you have the antibody one, then you had the PCR one, which is the good one. It detects the DNA. Where this test detects the DNA of the HPV, so it's very specific. And so the only thing is that you put that swab in a tube. There is no reagent in there that it could spile or no good. But it must reach the lab. And at this moment, it's a central lab in Belize within 7 days.
Okay.
And then you get a report that says HPV 16 and 18. Then you know then you are at risk. If it says none of these, then
You're fine.
You're fine for 3 years. You can remember,
So you take
in
it
that,
every 3 years.
in that time, you can have sexual activity and get the 16 and 18 and then begin the process of abnormal cells. So they're not like once in a lifetime or every 3 years, right?
Okay.
And that is the test that is being introduced at the moment by the Ministry of Health.
All right. You know, and my knowledge from PCR tests is the fact that, you know, the specificity of the test is higher, and then you get your results in a shorter time, which is very beneficial in ensuring that we're able to screen and detect early to prevent lives. Because you rightly mentioned, we're at a day and age where we can prevent cancers. And by having the availability of these tests, it's really, really a great way to go ahead and live a healthy life. Like, I want to ask you, where can people go and test?
Well, the ministry, you know, ministry have a network of clinics, you know. I'm not too sure how much, but they have polyclinics in every district.
Right.
And then you have rural health clinics in the bigger villages. And you have public health nurses in the polyclinics.
yeah.
And you have rural health nurses in the rural clinics. So it's a vast network of healthcare providers. Any one of them. You can go to any one of them and you can request for a PCR testing.
And it's free.
It's free to the person.
It's free to the person.
It's free
Is there an age
Yes.
you would encourage people to go
Yes.
get tested?
We looked at the age where cancer of the cervix is more common.
Okay.
And the WHO normally says you do it between 30 and 65.
Okay.
In Belize, we have found young people younger than 30 having cancer of the cervix. So in Belize, the recommendation is that we will do this test for you if you're between 25 and 65.
Okay.
So if you're 18, no bother go.
Yeah.
The other proviso is that you shouldn't have screened yourself successfully for the last 3 years.
Okay.
So if you just do one pap smear and get a result last year, no bother come. Right? We're wasting resources. We are looking for people who have never been screened or have been screened more than 3 years because of the possibility of it re-entering again.
Okay.
If you have done a pap smear and you're not going to test, the result, we count it as 0.
That never happened.
So you can do it. It never happened. It happened, but you never
'cause
get
you don't
result.
know what happened.
You don't know what happened.
You know the result.
So those are the only two provisos. And as you quite rightly said, the pap smear requires a human element. You need to get a technologist to read it. Now it's run by a machine, the PCR machine.
Does the work for us, man.
And it takes about 2 hours, 2 hours and a half to go through the process before you get a result. And unlike the olden days, you don't get it in a piece of paper. The lab put it into their information system, BHIS it's called.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so the healthcare worker in Progresso can look it up within a week and say, get your results and say, Kevin, this is, it wouldn't be you because you're,
yeah, I don't have a
we're not, this is your result. You're good.
Yes.
Or if they tell
3
you,
years ago. 3 years again.
yes, and if it's positive though, it means you are at risk. So if you are positive, then we pull you out
Yeah.
and we do further examinations on you to make sure, not because you have HPV means you have cancer.
Right.
It's just that it makes you at risk. So we need to look at you more carefully every year so that we could detect when the cells begin to go bad and treat you before it reaches cancer. And you know, it's sad when you see somebody with cancer. I just 2 weeks ago in my clinic, I diagnosed a young person, and it's sad, 29 years old. Because there are some countries like Australia, they have eradicated it.
Wow.
Nobody is dead from cancer of the cervix in some countries.
Right?
And that is what we want to do
And that's where the testing is very important, that we screen persons early, and if they're at risk, then we get them involved in ensuring that the person doesn't have to.
Well, that is part of the equation. And I think one of the reason I'm being here is to get the ladies between that age group to come forward.
So 25
Because
to 65.
that is the element that sometimes you provide the healthcare, the facilities, the services, and the women don't come because they don't think they are at risk. Everybody who is sexually active is at risk.
Yes.
Nobody will say, well, only one person I have, because if that one, your partner has had a partner before you, together, that HPV is there.
Right. Right.
Definitely.
Right? That
You got to
HPV.
take your test, and
So-
this makes the process so much easier for you, knowing that, you can go
This
to
is what
the
the
clinic,
speculum
request
was you're seeing here. That makes the pap smear, why some women don't want to do pap smear,
Yeah,
because it's
because it's
invasive. You have to put
I agree.
instrument into a very private area of a woman. And so you find that reluctance. The HPV now say, well, it's a little swab that you can do. At the moment, though, we are saying you can do it at the health facility. When I say go home and do it, because we want to make sure that
it's done properly.
It's done properly, and that we get the
result.
No, we get the
correct
swab,
information,
and then we send that immediately. If we give it to you and you call next month for it,
Yeah, that
it's
comes
only
across.
7 days. So for the moment, you could do it yourself, but it has to be at a healthcare facility.
Dr. Clay, we thank you so much for taking the time to give us this orientation about what the HPV testing looks like, and of course encouraging our viewers, our female viewers, to go ahead and get screened for HPV. As you said, everybody's at risk as long as you're sexually active, but we can do our part to eradicate cancer and live a healthy life. So it's time for us to wrap up today's show, Ren. Right, so as we wrap up, we want to send you a reminder that Channel 7's Christmas Bram is still on. Tonight is happening
at 8
again.
p.m., guys, 8 p.m. And tonight we're talking about Brook Dong and the traditional Christmas. So there's going to be rum popa and all these things. Join Miriam and Brandon tonight for an amazing, amazing show. Buy your raffle tickets because you have a chance to win. Last night we had somebody that won 3 times, right?
Yes.
So the more tickets you buy, the more chances you have to win. 25 cents, you can come right here at Channel 7 Studio and buy your tickets. But there are a lot of prizes to win. And there are also the golden tickets that can take you into a bigger raffle where you can get TVs and other great stuff. And that is tomorrow at Signature Restaurant and Pub. So make sure you come out there too as well and enjoy, because Indira and Fernando are going to be stealing the show then. But make sure you come out and enjoy. We're going to say Merry Christmas again, because I keep just saying Merry Christmas until we reach to Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
guys.
Christmas,
and we're going to
folks.
see you back here tomorrow morning. But tune into news and, of course, our Christmas Bram tonight. Take
Bye,
care.
folks. Have a great day.
A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes up